For more details on this story, tune into the 10 o'clock news bulletin on our sister channel, Sirius TV.
And time now for the newspaper cartoon of the day.
Sri Lanka through to the semi-finals of the Asian Netball Championships. Action from the Diamond League in England. More details coming up on Sports First.
On to sports now. Sleep-deprived double Olympic champion Mo Farah was almost caught napping during the 2-mile race at a Diamond League meeting in Birmingham, England, before easing to victory to the delight of a sellout crowd.
Britain's Farah, whose wife gave birth to twin girls on Friday, had to produce his trademark turn-off speed on the final lap when Italian Gianni Mucci suddenly attacked on the outside. The London Games 10,000 and 5,000 meters champion kicked and pulled away from the field, sending the stadium wild to win in 8 minutes 27.24 seconds. There was a relief for the United States sprinter Tyson Gay after he safely negotiated his first competitive 200 meters for 2 years. The former world champion, who helped the United States to win Olympic silver in the 4x100 meters relay, started well but tightened up down the home straight and finished behind Jamaica's Nicole Ashmed, who won in 20.12. Kaunita Jeta got the better of the woman who beat her to the Olympic 100 meters title, Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce, for the second time in 4 days, with victory in a meeting record of 10.81 seconds. There were no nervous twitches for Aries Merritt in the 110 meters hurdles, as the Olympic gold medalist, who was disqualified for a false start last week, held off world champion Jason Richardson for victory in 12.95. Angelo Taylor of the United States recorded the fastest time of the season to win the 400 meters race in 44.94 seconds. Julian Santos of the Dominican Republic was second in 44.96 seconds and Belgium's Jonathan Bolly third in 45.15 seconds. Russia's Maria Sinavova, the world champion who won Olympic gold, confirmed her dominance in the women's 800 meters with a winning time of 2 minutes 00.4 seconds. Olympic champion Valerie Adams of New Zealand won the women's shot put with 20.53 meters throw.
Host Sri Lanka and Singapore made it through to the semi-finals of the 8th Asian Netball Championships in Colombo.
Sri Lanka were pitted against Nepal in the first encounter of the day at the Sugatadasa Stadium in Colombo. The Sri Lankans, who had performed exceptionally well so far in the tournament, underlined their dominance by gaining the upper hand in the first quarter, 26 points to 2 points. The dominant Sri Lankans ran rings around the hapless Nepalese in the second quarter, adding another 43 points to their tally. Sri Lanka led 92 points to 2 at the end of the third quarter. Sri Lanka piled on the misery of the Nepalese by adding another 35 points to the tally in the fourth quarter, ultimately winning the game 127 points to 3. Incidentally, this was Sri Lanka's highest score in a game at the Asian Netball Championships. Singapore, meanwhile, battled it out against Pakistan in the second game of the day. Singapore crushed their opponents 111 points to 2 and now lead Group B. The day's third game was played between India and Hong Kong. Hong Kong played aggressively to win the game 60 points to 29 points. The fourth and final game of the day was between Malaysia and the Maldives. Malaysia sealed a comprehensive 70 points to 24 points victory.
On to tennis. World number 1 Roger Federer arrived in New York today in search of a 6th title at Flushing Meadows and his first since 2008 when he takes on Donald Young of the USA in a first-round game of the US Open, which begins today. Also in action in the men's singles will be Britain's Andy Murray, who will be taking on Alex Bogomolov Jr. from Russia at the Arthur Ashe Stadium. American Mardy Fish will take on Go Soeda of Japan at the Louis Armstrong Stadium today. Meanwhile, in the women's singles, Maria Sharapova will be in action against Melinda Zink, while Kim Clijsters will take on Victoria Duval.
On to cricket news now. Off-spinner Ravichandra Ashwin picked up a career best of 12 wickets as India outplayed New Zealand to win by an innings and 115 runs within 4 days in the first test match at Hyderabad. An elated Ashwin seemed extremely composed and grounded despite his match-winning performance, describing the victory as a good morale booster for the team.
I feel really happy. Like I say, always maintain, I don't get too bogged down or too happy with performances, even if it's bad or even if it's great. But yes, this is a good start, and the pressure is off my back. I can enjoy myself, just let that ball do the talking and just look at the various things that I have to be working on constantly. And very happy. Still think there's a long way to go. You have 9 more tests to go this year.
On his part, New Zealand skipper Ross Taylor expressed hopes of staging a comeback strongly in the next match to be played at Bangalore on Friday.
Yeah, I guess anytime you bowled out for 160, both times you got to be disappointing. But you know, we've got 3 or 4 days to rectify that, and obviously spin is an area we need to work on and come back harder and stronger for Bangalore.
Having created lasting memories in the minds of countless Sri Lankans over the past 4 days, the explosion of music and culture, which was the Senses and Soul Colombo Music Festival, came to an end yesterday. MTV and NBC were the media sponsors in the event, and I was privileged to witness first-hand the festivities that took place on the final day of the festival. The evening session of the Colombo Music Festival's final day commenced with a performance by the Malaysian band Akasha. Senses and Soul Colombo Music Festival 2012, which is the first ever music festival of its kind to be held in Sri Lanka, commenced on the 23rd of this month. The festival, which was held with the aim of promoting all forms of music, featured local as well as international artists covering a number of genres from classical to rock and choral. This 300-strong choir of children which took to the stage yesterday consists of students from several leading schools from around the country. They also received special training from several renowned international artists. Later on, international singing sensation Exchange took to the stage to wow the crowds. After 4 days of mind-blowing melodies and superb percussions, the Senses and Soul Colombo Music Festival finally came to a close today. Now, this Colombo Music Festival, which featured over 100 artists from over 16 countries, no doubt provided a new experience to the people of Colombo as well as the people of Sri Lanka. For News First, I'm Ramesh Irugal Bandara.
Super stuff indeed. Now, A sunny day in London reflected the mood of the hundreds of thousands of revellers dancing in the streets yesterday at the Notting Hill Carnival, Europe's largest street festival. Now, over 1 million people are expected to visit the two-day carnival.
Now, the first day of the carnival is traditionally the day when children take center stage, and this year is no exception. We leave you with these visuals. I'm Rameshwar Galbandara for News First.
And I'm Sonali Manikababike. Good night.